This TED Talk was really interesting to me because I've recently had to take my daughter to get her A1C checked to see if she might actually be insulin resistant. So it was neat to be able to learn more about this. One of the main questions that was asked in the video was whether or not obesity causes insulin resistance or insulin resistance causes obesity. There are some connections with obesity and diet with both insulin resistance and diabetes, but maybe we've been looking at things backwards. So when I was diagnosed with insulin resistance, I was explained that basically when I eat a bite of sugar or cake, my body thinks I've eaten the whole cake. I get super tired and have problems staying awake, even if my blood sugar isn't extremely high, and then shortly after I typically have a low blood sugar crash. What alerted me to start monitoring our daughter was that she was drinking a lot of water at school, like 3 gallons per school day. And so that's one of the markers for being diabetic or pre-diabetic. So we started taking her fasting blood sugars in the morning after fasting through the night. Fasting blood sugar should be below 100, and hers were about 115 until her hormones changed, and now they're about 140 every morning. The A1C range is 4.6 to 5.6, and her A1C was 5.5. So her pediatrician said not to worry about it. It was within the normal range. However, in talking to some other parents of diabetic children, we feel like that she probably needs to be monitored by an endocrinologist. So we'll be going to Children's Mercy to try to make sure she has all the tools she needs to keep her pancreas healthy. Education is one of the key ways in both the medical community and in parents and children to be able to teach people how to manage insulin resistance and prevent it. So if they know what foods that they should avoid or what foods they should eat or what balance, like if you're eating a carb, to eat a protein with it, something like that, that will help them be able to less likely to become diabetic. Avoiding white flour and processed foods is really key, as well as sugary drinks. We also don't think about things like fruits that also have a lot of sugar. And then there's, the carb count, like a banana, that would have a higher carb count than you would think also. I found it interesting that the two most important biological conditions associated with insulin resistance in childhood are ethnicity and puberty. African American, Hispanic, Pima Indian, and Asian children are less insulin sensitive compared to Caucasian children. Polycystic ovarian syndrome can be a marker for insulin resistance.